What up is Marcus Dynasty Dads. We have a non-dynasty video. We get to talk about the playing cards. Why are we talking about this? I'm going to be talking to you about my experience with Blackjack, basically counting cards. So one of the things I did a couple months ago is I knew I was going on this Vegas trip in the middle of March. So just PSA announcement, public service announcement. In the middle of March, I think it's the 9th to the 12th, I will be gone. So maybe you'll see a video then, maybe not. I'll be in Viva Las Vegas. And so I have been working pretty hard on trying to count cards. Of course, there's different steps to that. I went to Iowa at the end of January to put at least a little bit of what I learned to practice, and I can show you the results right there. And so we won really good money. I'm the only one of the three that actually counted cards, and I think I was up, I want to say it was like $1,200 when it came to blackjack, but then I lost some on slots because I was there, and I think I broke even on sports betting, which was fun. I almost hit a $400 parlay and my buddy almost hit a $600 parlay, but almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. I almost said that wrong. So I'll give you the little steps of what I've been working on. The last year, I've been working on basic strategy. Basic strategy is this chart right here that you can see. And most people play blackjack incorrectly, which gives the house too much of an advantage, including myself. I just you got to get close to 21. I didn't understand, hey, you got to hit a 12 versus a 2 showing, or a 13 versus a 2 showing, or when am I supposed to double? When am I supposed to split? These were situations that I was just failing on, and I was giving the house much more, because when you do basic strategy correct, you're probably about 0.5% loss, which means you're at about 49.5% chance of your winning your money back. You're slowly going to lose money. There might be stretches where you win money. That's where counting cards tilts that 0.5% to more of a 0.5% and more into your favor. So that I did basic strategy the last year. I've been working tirelessly at it, and I've got it to the point where I'm 100% nailed down. And then, of course, I go to the casino, and things start to go crazy, and you're like, whoa, I feel like I don't have it down anymore. So that we worked on that, and so we figured out all the kinks of basic strategy, which is something I recommend everyone to learn, because I feel like way too many people are leaving way too much money on the table. They're not doubling when they're supposed to. They're not splitting when they're supposed to. They're not even hitting when they're supposed to. Oh, I got a soft 17 versus a 10 showing. I'm just going to stay. I have 17. 17's a good hand. Well, if you were given 18 the rest of your life, you'd lose. You become a loser. So, counting cards, of course, there's many different ways. I've done the ace-5 strategy, which I thought the aces, especially with the 2-deck, wasn't a bad strategy. I really didn't. I found that just utilizing that and doing some practice with some of my own blackjack and practicing in poker chips, I felt like that was a good strategy, but I wanted to learn high-low. High-low, of course, is from the Blackjack Apprenticeship, but I think it's probably before that. I just know that he is one of the many and one of the most popular YouTubers. And if you want to learn more about blackjack, that would be the video. And so, of course, you have all these different cards. Of course, these 2 through 6 get a +1, and then these face cards, 10 through king, and then an ace, get -1. And you're supposed to basically keep a running count. This is 2 decks here, and so this is 2 decks, and then I have it's actually a sports card holder, but I've used it now as a blackjack cutter. And so you're supposed to be able to see what the running total is. If it's let's just say it's +4, but there's 2 decks left. Then you have a +2 true count, which determines the next thing, which is a bet spread. And the bet spread, so counting itself can get, if you don't count right, or it seems so easy, +1s and -1s and zeros, but things happen so quickly that I learned very, very, very quick that I have 2 decks here. I have 6 decks in the other room. That even that is different, and you just have to be good at it. You just have to be quick at it. And so I even have a little practice module thing that I bought from the BGAs. It's on their app, and it's just speed counting, just to get practice through being really quick at adding these things, almost just like snap, snap, snap. All right, this is where we're at. And then being able to divide by that count. And so betting spread, I'm going to do a 1 through 10 in Vegas, I believe. So probably $10 if it's a $10 table. We're probably going to bet 10 and then all the way up to 100. If I feel confident, if we start feeling like we're winning, maybe we'll even go a little bit higher. But there's all sorts of different bet spreads for different bank rolls. We'll determine how much I'm going to bring. I'll probably show that. Maybe I'll share that with you guys. But I don't know. We'll determine it. I know the other couple guys are bringing like $2,000. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. And the last thing is variations. And so variations meaning if you have a +4, which means there's a lot of face cards left, which is a really good situation to be in as a player. You want to be in the pluses. You want the face card and aces left because more chances for bust and more chances for blackjack. You get the 3-2, which is super important. And I've been working through this too. I have some poker chips that I've had, and poker chips are ironically the same color as the chips that I've gotten in Iowa and at Mystic Lake and stuff like that. So I'm like, oh, hey, look at that. It's 25. That's 5. That's 100. Like, oh, that's easy to remember. And I've been practicing this, and I'll have to share the results at some point, but I would say I've done it 10 times. Maybe I've done 10 practice rounds, at least with high-low, and I'm probably up, that's 10 hours worth. And I mean, I'm probably up $1,500. And so it's kind of cool. I do 3 versus the blackjack dealer itself, and I get to see these different strategies and different things go out. I'm not somebody that just likes to go like blindly into something. I like to strategize through it. So that's what I've been doing in my extra time versus Dynasty Fantasy Football as we've been going through. And variations are basically you have, let's say, +4 or +2 true count. What things will vary? There's going to be more face cards, so maybe you don't hit on certain situations, and maybe you don't stand in certain situations. Or potentially split in certain situations are going to be more advantageous or more costly if you have a certain count. That is the last thing, and that I've been working on is the variations. I feel like that's the hardest thing. So I feel like I'm so worried about, okay, basic strategy, counting, and the bet spread. Like I have that. I'm getting that's. I would say that's 90% down. I still have a couple weeks, but that's probably like 90% down. I feel like sometimes I get a little bit off on the counting. The bet spread's fine, but I get a little bit off on the counting, especially on a 6-deck shoe versus 2-decks, because 2-decks is honestly easy. You're either dividing it by half. You're dividing it, so if you have 4, you're just dividing it by 2, or if you only have a deck left, then it's a 4, and then you're dividing it by 1. But when you have deck estimation, like what's left over there? Oh, is that 3 decks? Is that 4? Is that 2? Then you're dividing, or even let's just say there's 5 decks left, and you have a +7. That my mind goes, oh wow, that's such a great thing, and then you go, oh, it's only +1. It's +7 divided by 5, and then you're probably close to 1. And so I have to remember that that's where I'm having that last 10%. And then we got to go to the variations. The variations are a little tricky at times, and so that's what I'm working on. I'm hoping that you enjoy that. I will keep you updated on how my blackjacking goes. And you know what? There's a chance that I go to Vegas and I lose money, or I get kicked out of the casino. And if I get kicked out of this casino, I'm going to be turning this camera on, and we're going to be showing that. Hopefully that does not happen. I'm really hoping that doesn't happen. Since usually I give money to the casino, especially in slots. If worst case scenario is they kick me out, or if I can't play blackjack in Vegas, I'm only there for like 48 hours. So worst case scenario is they kick me out of blackjack, and then I go play some slots or something a little bit lower, or I'll just walk to Fremont or something along those lines. But let me know again, if you guys have been to Viva La Vegas, let me know what things that you have done in Viva La Fremont, because that's where we're going to be staying, Fremont. Let me know what things that you have done that you really enjoyed on that strip. I mean, we're going to go there probably for a day on the new strip, I guess you can say, but the old strip will be there. That's where we're staying Wednesday to Saturday midday, which I think is a perfect. I've been to Vegas, I think it's the 3rd or 4th time. I've never stayed on Fremont, which is exciting. I like Fremont. I feel like my luck has always been better on Fremont. I've always felt like I lost all my money, or I would say like 75% of my money on New Vegas, and then I go to Fremont and I have to like slowly collect all that back. But we'll see. I'll keep you guys updated on how everything's going, and hopefully it all goes well. All right. So just know I will be probably gone those couple days. I will not be making videos unless I lost all my money right away. All right. Peace out. Take care.